Welcome to our video on the new series of October 2024. This month is packed with exciting releases across your favorite streaming platforms. From highly anticipated debuts to the return of fan-favorite shows, we'll be highlighting the must-watch series that are making waves in October. So, let's begin the video. The Legend of Vox Machina, Season 3. Based on the insanely popular Critical Role series, the show follows Vox Machina, a ragtag group of misfits who stumble their way into becoming unlikely heroes. These aren't your polished, noble fantasy characters. They're foul-mouthed, flawed, and somehow always in over their heads. But that's what makes them so fun to watch. The show kicks off with the gang just trying to make a quick buck as mercenaries. But things quickly escalate into a full-blown adventure filled with magic, monsters, and tons of epic battles. The franchise. The franchise on HBO Max is basically a hilarious meta-dive into the world of Hollywood blockbusters, specifically the wild and absurd process behind making a big superhero movie. It's a comedy series that pokes fun at everything going on behind the scenes of those massive franchises. Think Marvel or DC, but with a more ridiculous twist. It's created by Armando Iannucci, the genius behind Veep, so you already know the satire is razor-sharp. It doesn't just make fun of superhero movies. It also takes shots at Hollywood's obsession with franchises, sequels, and making everything into a universe. The comedy is dry, quick, and full of those awkward, cringeworthy moments that make you laugh and wince at the same time. Superman and Lois, Season 3. The Season 3 brings more intense drama, action, and emotional depth. Lois faces a serious personal challenge that adds a new layer to the story, while Clark struggles to balance his duties as Superman and being there for his family. Plus, new villains like Bruno Mannheim bring big stakes. It's got the epic superhero action you expect, but the emotional, grounded storytelling is what makes this season really shine. Abbott Elementary, Season 4. A group of dedicated, passionate teachers and their slightly tone-deaf principal are thrown together in a Philadelphia public school where, despite the odds stacked against them, they remain determined to help their students succeed. In the new season, the teachers at Abbott face fresh challenges, but with the same quirky personalities and hilarious situations that have made the show such a hit. Tomb Raider, The Legend of Lara Croft. This animated series brings back the iconic adventurer Lara Croft, voiced by the talented Hayley Atwell, and dives into a thrilling new chapter that bridges the gap between the recent reboot trilogy and the classic games we all know and love. Set after the events of Shadow of the Tomb Raider, this series follows Lara as she embarks on yet another perilous adventure. With a fresh set of challenges ahead, she's not just hunting for ancient artifacts, she's also grappling with her past and the lingering shadows it casts over her present. Outer Banks, Season 4. The events unfold around a group of teenagers who, while boating, discover a sunken ship. During their search of the vessel, the friends stumble upon a map that points to a treasure worth a fortune. However, they have no idea that they are not the only ones hunting for the loot. Premiering in 2 parts, Part 1 on October 10th and Part 2 on November 7th. This season promises to take the Pogues on yet another wild adventure filled with treasure, betrayal, and the unbreakable bonds of friendship. Sweetpea. It's adapted from the book of the same name written by C.J. Scuse, the first in a series of books about a sweet young woman who starts killing people. Ella Purnell, who also serves as executive producer, stars as Rhiannon, a quiet wallflower who develops a vengeful and intoxicatingly liberating taste for murder. Sweetpea dives into themes of revenge, identity, and the quest for self-assertion. Citadel, Diana. Citadel Diana on Prime Video is the latest spin-off in the Citadel universe, and it's bringing a whole new level of intensity. If you watch the original Citadel series, you know it was all about globe-trotting spies, action-packed missions, and secret organizations, and Diana keeps that vibe going, but with a fresh Italian twist. This time the spotlight is on Diana, a badass agent who's thrown into the middle of a high-stakes, international conspiracy. She's got all the spy skills, think gadgets, martial arts, and a seriously sharp mind. But what makes her stand out is her personal vendetta. Teacup. Teacup is a gripping new horror series that just premiered on Peacock, and it's already making waves for its eerie atmosphere and tense storytelling. Set in rural Georgia, this show takes a deep dive into the lives of the Chenoweth family, who find themselves facing a mysterious and deadly threat that turns their world upside down. At the heart of Teacup is young Arlo Chenoweth. After a chilling encounter with a woman in the woods, Arlo becomes aware that something sinister is hunting him. This unsettling twist sets off a chain of events that forces his family, led by Maggie and James Chenoweth, to confront their own internal conflicts while uniting against an external danger. Disclaimer. At the heart of Disclaimer is Catherine, who seems to have it all: a prestigious career, a loving family, and a comfortable life. However, everything changes when she receives a self-published book titled The Perfect Stranger, which chillingly mirrors her own life and exposes an extramarital affair she thought was buried in the past. As she races to uncover the identity of the author, Catherine is forced to confront her past mistakes and the impact they have on her relationships with her husband Robert and their troubled son Nicholas. Shrinking Season 2. Following the success of its first season, this delightful dramedy continues to explore the life of Jimmy Laird, a therapist navigating his own grief while trying to help his clients find their way. If you're looking for a show that tackles mental health with a light touch while still delivering meaningful insights, mark your calendars for October 16th. You won't want to miss this next chapter in Jimmy's journey. The Lincoln Lawyer, Season 3. Based on Michael Connelly's popular novels, the series follows the life of Mickey Haller, a charismatic and somewhat unconventional defense attorney who operates out of the back seat of his Lincoln Town car. Mickey Haller is not your typical lawyer. He's an iconoclastic idealist navigating the murky waters of Los Angeles' criminal justice system. From defending tech billionaires accused of murder to tackling cases that hit close to home, Mickey's journey is filled with twists and turns that highlight both his legal prowess and his vulnerabilities. The Office. This Australian adaptation of the beloved workplace comedy introduces a new cast of quirky characters navigating modern office life. Hannah Howard is the managing director of Flinley Craddock, and when she finds out her branch is shutting down for remote work, she goes into survival mode. Desperate to keep her team together, her promises quickly spiral out of control. The series captures the chaos of office dynamics, with Hannah's hilarious attempts to keep morale up while dealing with her own insecurities and looming layoffs. Hysteria. In the fictional town of Happy Hollow, Michigan, chaos erupts when the star high school quarterback vanishes. A struggling heavy metal band of outcasts seizes the town's growing obsession with the occult, rebranding themselves as a satanic group. What begins as a marketing stunt spirals into kidnappings, murders, and rumors of supernatural events. As paranoia sweeps the town, the band is caught in a leather-studded witch hunt that threatens to destroy them. Rivals. Rivals is an exciting new series on Hulu that's set to take viewers on a wild ride through the glamorous and cutthroat world of 1980s England. Premiering on October 18th, this 8-part adaptation of Jilly Cooper's beloved novel dives headfirst into the drama, excess, and outrageous antics of the social elite during a time when independent television was just beginning to flourish. At its core, Rivals revolves around the fierce rivalry between two larger-than-life characters, Rupert Campbell Black and Lord Tony Battingham. Their rivalry is not just personal. It's a battle for dominance in the competitive world of independent television, filled with power plays, scandalous affairs, and backstabbing. What We Do in the Shadows, Season 6. What We Do in the Shadows Season 6 is gearing up to be a hilarious and heartwarming farewell to our favorite vampire roommates. As the 6th season marks the end of this beloved series, fans can expect a mix of laugh-out-loud moments and emotional depth as the characters navigate their supernatural lives. Like a Dragon, Yakuza. This is the live-action series inspired by the beloved Yakuza video game series. And honestly, it's exactly what fans were hoping for. It captures all the over-the-top action, wild characters, and that mix of serious crime drama with ridiculous, often hilarious, side stories. The main focus is on Kazuma Kiryu, the legendary dragon of Dojima, who's trying to walk away from the Yakuza life, but of course, keeps getting dragged back into the chaos. The series does a great job of portraying his moral complexity. He's this stoic, tough guy who's always ready to throw down, but deep down, he's got a heart of gold. Hellbound, Season 2. Set in a dystopian version of South Korea, Hellbound introduces us to a terrifying phenomenon. Otherworldly beings, known as angels, appear out of nowhere to deliver decrees that condemn certain individuals to hell. These decrees specify the exact time of their demise, leading to jaw-dropping scenes where monstrous enforcers materialize to carry out the sentences in a horrifying display. The chaos that ensues creates a societal frenzy, giving rise to cult-like organizations like the New Truth Society, which exploits people's fears and beliefs for power. Premiering on October 24th on Netflix. Special Ops, Lioness, Season 2. The Season 2 is set to bring even more intensity and intrigue when it premieres on October 27th on Paramount+. The series picks up where Season 1 left off, diving deeper into the high-stakes world of the CIA's Lioness program. Zoe Saldana returns as Jo, a tough-as-nails officer leading a team of female operatives. This season introduces a new recruit who is thrust into a deadly mission that tests her limits. Meanwhile, Jo grapples with the fallout from her previous decisions, torn between her duty to her country and her own moral compass. Thanks for watching this video, and do subscribe my channel for new updates.